Step into dark minds uncovered, where the shadows of the psyche come alive. Picture this. The crime scene is cordoned off with yellow tape fluttering in the cold wind, the air heavy with silence and dread. Police move cautiously through blood-spattered walls and shattered furniture, capturing every detail. Neighbors and reporters gather behind barriers. And lurking in the shadows, unseen or blending in, stands the killer, the very person who unleashed this horror. They've returned to the scene of their own crime. But why? What draws a murderer back to the place where they unleashed their darkest impulses?
With more than 20 years in human services and crisis intervention, 2 degrees in behavioral science, and certification in emotional intelligence and leadership, I've seen how trauma, control, and obsession warp the human psyche into something unrecognizable. From a sociological perspective, these acts are shaped not only by individual pathology but also by power dynamics and environmental triggers. Psychologists suggest that returning to the crime scene is often ritualistic, a way for offenders to relive the thrill of control and dominance they experienced during the act itself. The surge of dopamine and adrenaline during the crime becomes addictive, compelling them to revisit that high. Consider serial killers like Dennis Rader, the BTK killer, who taunted police and returned to crime scenes to feed on the terror he created. Ted Bundy, too, was drawn back to the places where he left his victims, unable to resist the magnetic pull of his crimes. These aren't random decisions, they are compulsions, ritualistic behaviors that define the offender's identity. But it's not always arrogance. For some, guilt or paranoia drives them back, desperate to see the aftermath, to confirm whether they've left evidence behind. Investigators know this well, which is why vigils and active crime scenes are often quietly surveilled. Sometimes, the killer is hiding in plain sight, watching. This unsettling behavior provides crucial insights for investigators. By studying these returns, law enforcement can identify patterns, predict future movements, and sometimes even catch offenders as they revisit their own crimes. In the Idaho college murders, for example, prosecutors alleged Brian Kohberger circled the victim's neighborhood repeatedly before and after the killings, behavior that ultimately placed him at the scene. Understanding why killers return doesn't justify their deeds, but it does reveal unsettling truths about human nature. Even the darkest acts follow predictable patterns. This knowledge helps investigators build profiles and helps us, as a society, confront the uncomfortable reality of what lurks within the human mind. Yet beneath the psychology and the investigation lies a deeper, more disturbing question: what compels a person to wrestle with their own darkness so intimately? Is it a craving for control, a twisted form of possession, or an obsession with their own infamy? These are the shadows that haunt every crime scene, lurking just beyond the reach of the law. In the end, it's not just about the crime, it's about the complex, fragile human psyche. The same mind that can create, love, and dream can also spiral into obsession, violence, and destruction. This duality is what makes these stories both terrifying and fascinating. So, when the killer returns, it's not just a revisit of a place, but a journey into the darkest corners of their soul, a haunting reminder that some shadows never fade. Is it ritual? Control? Or something darker still? Drop your thoughts below, and as always, stay human.